Horror is one of the most cinematic genres for me. A good horror game can make you scared even when nothing scary is happening, while a bad horror game will only use jump scares as its horror. Roblox horror games mainly fall under the second category. That's mainly because of its cartoony art style. The game isn't that scary. Of course, there are some exceptions like Doors, Evade, Doors, 3008, Doors, Nicholas Next Spots. Did I mention Doors? And today I'm going to explore some not so good Roblox horror games. The first game on my list is Blair. The description reads, a ghost hunting experience. Blair is a Phasmophobia style game, which means it's a Phasmophobia ripoff, great, mobile and console friendly, with special gameplay for each device. This game features highly detailed maps, and may be too frightening for some players. Once we played, we were greeted to this wonderful menu that took like 10 hours to load. So I joined the lobby only to get kicked. I then joined another lobby and got into the game. My first impressions of the game was that it was very polished, and that you move very slowly. But anyways, I picked up the gear that I wanted, only to realize that the flashlight lights up like 2 feet in front of you, making it pretty much useless, but I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. But anyways, how's the gameplay? Well, it's pretty boring, mainly because for the entire 7 minutes that I played the game, nothing scary happened apart from the ghost blowing out the candles that were lit up. But I will give the game credit because the game's atmosphere is really good, but the game is just very boring. But anyways, next game that I'm going to play is Floppy's Playtime, and that's obviously an original game. But anyways, the description reads, 15 years ago, a tragic accident broke out at Floppy's. Everybody disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only a single clue. Work with your teammates and find the flower in this puzzle horror game, and this is pretty much the lore of the game.
You didn't have to cut me off. I could never know we were nothing.
And once I spawned in, I realized that the game was in third person, which makes it less scary. But anyways, after going into the game, I was greeted to this lovely cutscene, which pretty much repeats the description. And after that, I realized, holy crap, this game is in first person, and oh my god, this game sucks. While it might look like it's exactly the same as Floppy's Playtime, some very specific parts are changed. Like the lobby, we have to get a key from this room to open the gift shop. There we will find a crowbar to break this vent. From where we will drop down to this room where we get the code for the keypad instead of, going into the gift shop to get the colors for the keypad. But anyway, once we open the door, we get the grab pack. But the way to play the game is you don't have to watch an hour-long VHS tape to get it, you simply just take it. And then we make our way to the entrance. And also, this game has interesting controls, like trying to press shift instead of holding it, and in my opinion, that's actually better. But to use your grab pack, use Q and E instead of left mouse button and right mouse button. But once we open the door, we see a giant statue of Floppy. And just like in the real game, once we try to open the door, the power goes out, and we can take the key to the power room, where we have to match like 18 colors instead of connecting like 2 poles. And then we go into the storage room and get the red hand. And after that, I left the game since it really just looked like Floppy's Playtime, but just, you know, way worse. Next game on my list is Escape Mr. Funny's Toy Shop Scary Hobby. The description reads, so it's the first security guard for Mr. Funny's Toy Shop. It's your job to make sure that no one robs the place. Also, it's important to keep the power off. I came with one simple goal, tapping to be the first to finish this hobby. And then I realized that was going to be pretty hard since the top 2 people on the leaderboard were on level 13. But anyways, you hear some banging coming from the storage room, but you need to turn the power on to get in there. But after you turn the power on, you hear some running and laughing. So you go to investigate, and then oh no! One of the Mr. Funny toys has escaped, what will you do? So you have to go into the storage room to investigate. The first obstacle that you face is this ladder. Then you have to run along some pipes, pull a lever, and then run across these platforms, and up this ladder leading into funny game number 1. And then the power goes out again, and you have to get the hell out of there since the Mr. Funny doll is chasing you. But isn't much of a threat since he isn't faster than you. I mean, I guess he looks kind of scary, but anyways. Once you finally get out of there, you have to do some parkour. But after that is Funny Game 2, which is just the red light green light game from Squid Game. And after you complete that, you're greeted to the best part of the game, Funny Game 3. You have to survive a Mr. Funny robot knocking down these buildings. But it's not that hard because it stops to break every block in its way. And then we are greeted to the jankiest driving segment ever made, aka level 13. Well, why is it so janky? Well, it's because when you turn with A and D, your forklift turns like 80 degrees after one press. But luckily you can use the camera to turn. Oh, by the way, these 2 people were still stuck here. Since I could use the camera to turn, I started doing this sick trick and then I died. And one cool thing about this game is every time you die, you get this pop-up asking you to buy something. Funny Game 4 was just a side-scroller, and that had Funny Game 5. I beat it, and I entered the train that led me to the final game, where I had to fight against the giant Mr. Funny. I ended up taking the top. I beat the first to beat this hobby. Anyways, the next game that I played was Edward the Man-Eating Train, and this was yet another ripoff, this time of a game Jojo Charles, made by YouTuber 2-Star Games. And once we get into the game, we spawn at a train station and we have to wait over a minute just to get into the game. But after I do get into the game, we had some time to prepare for the fight with Edward, and enough time to also realize that damn, this current is messed up. But then Ever came, but he's not no ordinary train. He's a ghost train with rockets, and he was pissed since he started to terrorize the train. Although I was shooting at it, it did no damage whatsoever. And also eventually I died because I guess he had wall hacks, because how the hell did he hit me there? But anyways, after I died, I had to wait around 4 minutes just to get into the next game, so I just left. Next game on my list is Hello Neighbor Roblox, being a ripoff of Hello Neighbor. The description reads, cooler games and friendly people. Join Mask Brick Games. And this is my favorite part, by the way. No, this game is not in any way intended to have the same gameplay as the original. In fact, this is completely unique to my context. Game by Mask Brick Games Incorporated. Any attempt to steal this and or copy this content is plagiarism, resulting in further investigation. So is this game any different from the original? Technically, because it's actually worse, since you can pick up objects and then fly. And I got to the top of the map, just by, you know, flying. And you can also block the neighbor with them, and that removes any element of challenge in this game. Also, there's nothing to do, since yes, you can collect keys, but you can collect the same key over and over again, and you can't even use them, at least from my gameplay. In conclusion, this game is a broken mess. The next game on my list is Hungry Pig, and this might be the best game in this video, and I'll explain why in a bit. But first, let's read the description. This piglet slash piggy slash pig is not any average pig. This one is special. Take the pig's food and run. Family pigs have arrived. You have to take the pig's food and run. There are 10 total pigs, and you just steal their food. But you aren't limited to just one, since you can take all the food if you like to. But here's the catch. When you steal food from one of the pigs, they'll give you some time to run, and they're way faster than you, and will only target you. And this game was unironically pretty fun, since unlike the last game, it worked, and unlike player, you move faster than a snail. And also when you hold shift without moving, you run in one place, and it's pretty silly. There are cars, but they're kinda useless since they are faster than the pigs. And yes, you can run in the car, and that looks really silly. And also there's this train that you can ride if you pay 25 points, but it never worked. On the topic of things that didn't work, Grandma Pig was stuck in the ground, as this Fire Pig's hitbox was strange. And Uncle Pig was stuck on the air. Well, that's all the games I played. Overall, these games were not too good.